Adventures, The Vaults of Secrets, the second story of Series 4, is written by Phil Ford and it's starring Elizabeth Sladen, Daniel Anthony, Anjali Mahindra and Alexander Armstrong. So a girl called Gail goes on the run at St. Jude's Hospital. She is possessed by Androvax, so the men in black that look like Agent Smith from the Matrix movies, they wiped her memories after she's unpossessed and she's free to go. So while Luke is in touch with the gang, Geeta and Haresh does a meeting at the sports hall with people, and they're in the group called BURPS with double S, which stands for British UFO Research and Paranormal Studies Society. Cheryl Campbell and David Webber played Ocean Waters and Melvin Minton, aka Minty, cool name, who are the members of BURPS. So Geeta said that she saw Jadoon and Androvax, and of course, Geeta gave them a card of Blooming Lovely. Yeah, sure is Blooming Lovely. As Geeta and Haresh arrived home, Haresh thinks they're insane, and Geeta saw Androvax at Sarah Jane's garden. So she gets Haresh to have a look carrying Taya wrench. As he looks at the hedge, he's watched by Sarah Jane, Clyde and Ronnie. He tells them that Geeta thinks she saw Androvax. So after Haresh left, it reveals that Androvax has possessed Ronnie. So she runs up the attic and used Mr. Smith. So Sarah Jane and Clyde caught her in time. After Androvax released Ronnie, Sarah Jane got Mr. Smith to hold him in a containment vortex, and apparently he needs help as he's been poisoned and jumping into another body to give him time. So the gang went to the vault and they found out that Ocean was kidnapped by aliens back in 1972, which is how she started the BURPS. So after getting chased by men in black and arrived back at the attic, Sarah Jane came to agree to release Androvax and steps inside Clyde to find the memories of the men in black. So they went to see Ocean and Minty and giving them discs. So after Clyde snatched both discs, Men in Black broke in and Mr. Dread says prepare to be incinerated. I like the Men in Black, I thought they're pretty cool, and I do like the films as well. Men in Black are androids and they're used by the Alliance of Shades, an organisation created to hide alien secrets from humans. Angus Wright played Mr. Dread, who's the leader of the 3 android agents. The character first appeared in Doctor Who Dreamland, who's voiced by Peter Guinness. They both did a great job, and so does other casts. So Clyde hides behind Ronnie, so he makes a run for it and bumps into Geeta. So she gets possessed and goes away. Ronnie and Sarah Jane woke Clyde up. So everyone drove up to that asylum. Sarah Jane broke Mr. Dread's car to allow him to slow him down, so he uses a van behind him and scared the driver away. As Clyde and Ronnie found Geeta, and we get intense moments when they're getting chased by a Men in Black. So they hide, Clyde outrun him, so Ronnie got Geeta in the room and gets Androvax to release Geeta. So then they outrun Androvax. It was pretty gangster as Clyde is surrounded by 2 Men in Black and they ended up shot each other as Clyde ducked. So Clyde took the shades. Nice shades, man, it really suits you. It was freaky when a hand of Mr. Dread grabbed Sarah Jane. Ugh. So Sarah Jane finds Androvax and she gets possessed. So the gang locks Mr. Dread in the pod because he says his soldiers will handle the vault. So the gang ran to Sarah Jane, who's at the vault, and she puts both discs on the slot and inside a warehouse full of spaceships. The effects looks really cool. So Clyde pulls Sarah Jane away from Androvax and he's escaping in a spaceship. So the gang needed Mr. Dread's help and they have 2 minutes before the Earth gets destroyed. Mr. Dread powers the transmat device so Androvax and his race can leave the Earth without destroying it. Which is great. Geeta is happy that she's saved the world and goes on. And she's wanting to be on the news, which is not good. But luckily, despite Mr. Dread is running low, Sarah Jane requested him to get Geeta to forget about the aliens. And as the gang arrives back at Sarah Jane's house, and Geeta thinks that they went to picnic, and poor Minty and Ocean thinking aliens have won again, when Geeta says she doesn't believe in aliens, and Sarah Jane and her gang denies everything, and hopefully Androvax and his new race will have a new beginning, a new hope. So yeah, I think this is a cool story. What did you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments down below. Thanks, as always, for watching, and see you in the next video.